Hey YouTube family, this is Queen Renee coming at you with another video. So today I'm outside. I'm actually at work on lunch, and I'm about to drive and go get me get my lunch for the day for this evening here. And my lunch usually starts at like 4:45, 5 o'clock. So right now it's 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna go ahead and get me some lunch here. So I've never actually drove while videotaping, I guess, and so you guys are gonna have to bear with me and my setup here. I don't know how they be doing this. So anywho, see, I knew that was gonna slide. So I really don't know how people be driving and making a video and all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure they probably use their phones, but I don't want to use my phone. So I'm actually using my camera, and we are just gonna drive on over there and grab us something to eat, because I am actually really hungry today. And so I'm just hoping that the food that I'm going to be getting is going to be good. It should be, because I get it all the time. So anywho, so I don't have much to say right now, because I'm just gonna be driving here just for a little bit. So once I get to my destination, I'm going to start you guys up again so that you can be with me when I order my food. So later, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright y'all, I am back to finish up the video. So now we're gonna be eating, and I'm sorry y'all, but my little head thingy here keeps sliding. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get this going. I don't have much time since I am at work and I do have to go back in. So let me see. So I'm gonna open this up here. So like I said in the video, well, you guys probably couldn't hear it because I didn't turn my mic on. Let me make sure it's on now. I didn't have my mic turned on, so I'm pretty sure you guys didn't hear when I was actually ordering. So what I ordered was, I got some slim chicken, and it's chicken wings, the flats, which is what I like, with french fries and ranch, and a piece of toast, buttered toast that comes with it. But anywho, so I'm gonna dig on in here because I am hungry and I do want to get some of this in before I have to go back inside. So their fries usually be pretty good, but today they look less than stellar. I got a feeling the way that they're not fresh, that they were sitting up under a light. That's my thought on the french fries. But I mean, they could be worse. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get us one of these chicken wings here and see what we're working with. As usual, chicken wings on point. When they first opened up over here, and Slim Chicken that is, when they first opened over here, they only sold chicken tenders. But then they started selling chicken wings. And that's all I order now, is the chicken wings. Chicken tenders really don't have anything on a good old bone-in chicken wing. And a boneless chicken wing ain't nothing but a chicken tender, which is not even a wing. It is a piece of breast. So, and I prefer the wing. That was a very good piece of chicken. So, now, I had wanted to discuss a little something. So let me see here. I kind of didn't get myself together because I really wasn't I don't think I was planning to have a discussion, but I figure, you know, since I'm sitting here, and might as well. Talking. Now, I want to give my fair disclaimer act. So it's fair use is permitted for entertainment, news, and criticism in section 107. So we're going to use that. I don't have time to look it up because this is but I'm going to read you a Metro Weekly article, and then I'll give my thoughts about it. Now, I know this is the old news, and some may have already heard about this situation, but as the article from Metro Weekly reads, lesbian mothers killed their 6 children in murder-suicide after driving off cliff, coroner rules. So, we're going to talk about that, because I actually just heard about this yesterday. Actually, last night. So it says, a lesbian mother who drove her SUV off a cliff in California last year, killing herself, her wife, and their 6 children, did so as part of a murder-suicide. That's the ruling from the coroner's jury, which found that Jennifer Hart was drunk at the wheel of the SUV when it plummeted 100 feet into the Pacific Ocean in March. But Hart didn't act alone. Investigators also found that prior to the crash, Hart's wife Sarah was searching for ways to end their family's lives on her phone. How easily can I overdose on over-the-counter medications? Sarah Hart typed. Can 500 milligrams of Benadryl kill a 125-pound woman? How long does it take to die from hypothermia while drowning in a car? The crash, which police called a tragedy, claimed the lives of both Hart as well as their 6 adopted children: Marcus 19, Hannah 16, Devontae 15, Abigail and Jeremiah both 14, and Sierra 12. Marcus, Abigail, and Jeremiah were found at the scenes of the crash. Sierra's body was discovered 2 weeks later. Hannah's body was never recovered, but a shoe containing a foot was found north of the crash site in May, with DNA identifying it as hers. Now it goes on to say Devontae's body has also never been found. But though police believe that he died alongside his siblings. Jennifer Hart had consumed the equivalent of 5 shots of alcohol prior to the crash. Sarah and at least 3 of the children had diphenhydramine, a component of Benadryl, in their system. Sarah's level of toxic levels were toxic equivalent with at least 42 doses, according to the forensic pathologist's report. The children's blood contained extremely high levels of the drug. According to a witness who was camping near the site of the crash, Jennifer Hart parked the car at the top of the cliff overlooking the ocean and sat for around 4 hours. Then he heard an engine revving, tires churning against the gravel. The crash came as part of a last-minute road trip the family had taken, driving from their home in Woodland, Washington, to the site of the crash in Mendocino County, California. So they drove all the way from Washington to California. And then it's now believed that the Harts upped and left with their children after multiple incidents in their family home and allegations of child abuse. On March 23rd, days before their deaths, the Hart children had been identified as potential victims of abuse or neglect by Child Protective Services. CPS tried to make contact on multiple occasions between the referral and the family's crash on March 28th. At the time of the crash, Bruce and Dana DeKalb, neighbors of the family, told KGW8 last year that they contacted CPS after one of the children told them his mother was withholding food as punishment. It came after other accusations of abuse, including that Hart had hit another child. Dana DeKalb said that the CPS official came to the Hart's door, but was unable to make contact with the family the following day. With contact with the family. The following day, the Harts left in their SUV. So she goes on to say, the next morning, when we saw that the vehicle was gone, and then Sunday morning, when it still wasn't there, we figured something was off, said Bruce DeKalb, adding, we figured that they saw the business card and loaded up the kids as quick as they could and took off. Another neighbor, Bill Groner, described the Hart's children as wonderful, but told CNN he thought it was strange that I didn't see the kids a lot. The weird thing was that the kids kind of seemed repressed and not communicative. It is understood that the children were being homeschooled. Sarah Hart also pleaded guilty to domestic assault and malicious punishment of a child in 2011 after admitting that she had struck one of her daughters, leaving visible bruises. Hart claimed she was spanking the child and got carried away. According to the investigators, the Harts absconded without luggage or toothbrushes, even leaving the door unlocked. In my opinion, Sarah and Jennifer succumbed to a lot of pressure, said the Lieutenant Shannon Barney of the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office. They got to the point where they made a conscious decision to end their lives and take the children with them. Jake Slater, investigator with the California Highway Patrol, said, my feeling is, based on talking to witnesses, that they felt if they couldn't have those kids, no one was going to have those kids. The family's tragic death and the horrific details surrounding it has raised questions as to what more could have been done to intervene and help the Hart children. Mendocino County Sheriff Coroner Thomas Allman said that greater federal oversight is required, calling it an enlightening moment for lawmakers, noting that 5 states were involved in the adoptions of the Hart's children, as well as allegations of abuse against them. Where are the systematic failures that possibly could have prevented this? Almond said. We do not have a national database for child abuse allegations. Speaking to People magazine, family friend Raina Weaver said that those who knew the couple still can't imagine them opting to kill their children. Since the beginning of this, and when it first happened, there have been those of us who basically question our own sanity, Weaver said. We also question, like, how did we not see this? If that's what happened, Weaver said, and possibly that the Harts made a decision to kill themselves and their children. She added, a lot of us who knew them discussed that maybe we didn't know them at all, but still I can't imagine them taking the kids on purpose. Okay, so that was a whole mouthful. But anyway, this couple, and mind you, it was two Caucasian women that committed this heinous act. And all of their children were children of color. They had some, it looked like they had one Asian looking child, or not Asian, I would say maybe Hispanic child, and 3 full African American children, and then it looks like there's two mixed children. Black and white is what I'm believing. Let me see if y'all can see it. That's not a very good picture. I'm gonna actually, so you can't really see it, but I'm gonna post the picture when I get ready to upload this, so it'll be in there. It'll be the thumbnail. But anyway, the just the whole audacity that these women were abusing their children over 5 states. And for a family that has multiple adopted children in it, and they have skipped town 5 times. Get into trouble. Someone calls CPS on them, or what have you, and they jump up and they move. It's like, okay, there really needs to be some type of database that is national, so that when someone that has had multiple CPS records put on them, and all of a sudden they just come up missing, like you had a CPS allegation against you, and then all of a sudden you're just missing in action, and you take the kids and you flee. How does that, I mean, how do you do that? Honestly, how do they justify the CPS, the county workers? Just all of a sudden you had a case open on somebody for child abuse allegations, and those people end up just fading away into the sunset. You know, they just take off. You have not finished your investigation or what have you, but these people have just vanished. So what, you wash your hands of it at that point? You don't look for these children? How do they justify that? I don't get it. Now, we could be looking at just a case of white privilege. I mean, because it is what it is. They're unfortunately allotted a lot more leeway than, say, a person of color has, and they're able to get away with a whole lot more stuff than your average parent of color. And I'm sorry, but someone needs to be held accountable for the safety and well-being of children, regardless if they're white or black. And the fact of the matter is, when CPS comes on the scene for a black person, they're more apt to find a reason to remove our children for little minor infractions, and just continue to allow these non-melanated people that are truly doing harm to their children to keep their kids. So it's always a double standard when we look at stuff like this, because they were allowed to skip town 5 different states with these children and leaving behind a trail of CPS. So, and nobody connected the dots or anything of that nature. That brings up another story I had wanted to tell you guys about a little girl. I believe she was 12 years old, and she had her parents are now being charged with murder. I think it's 2nd-degree murder or something. So the parents are actually, they were Georgia parents. They were in Georgia, this couple, and their 12-year-old daughter, well, let me just read this, and this comes from the Daily News, and it says, parents charged with murder after 12-year-old dies with severe lice infestation. Who has ever heard of anybody dying from lice? That's the nastiest shit. Come on now. You mean to tell me that your child had lice so bad that it killed her? So what they're saying is, a 12-year-old Georgia girl who died in a bug-infested home last month had severe lice infestation. That may have lasted for at least 3 years. Prosecutors told the Wilkerson County judge this week. So her name was Caitlin Yozovac. I think that's how you say that, Yozovac. Her parents, who appeared in court for preliminary hearings Monday, were charged with 2nd-degree murder and 2nd-degree child cruelty following the death on August 26th. A preliminary investigation suggested the girl had suffered excessive physical pain due to medical neglect, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation said at the time. But closer look into her final days revealed a series of horrific details involving her own household in the town of Ivy. Agents described the home as filled with excessive cats, filthy, and with vermin covering a mattress, stuffed animals, and other furniture, prosecutors told the court, according to the local news station. The child's mother, Mary Horton, also told the authorities that Caitlin had not bathed in the last week and a half before she died. Officials believe that the multiple lice bites that she had likely lowered her blood iron levels, causing anemia and triggering a cardiac arrest, the CBS affiliate reported. Horton, 37, called the police the day her daughter died, reporting that the girl was unresponsive. The GBI said in a statement after Caitlin was pronounced dead at the hospital, authorities launched a homicide investigation and learned that her two brothers had previously been removed from the home because of unsanitary conditions. The mother was charged a day later, and her husband, 38-year-old John Yozovac, was busted a few days later on the same charges. The judge presiding on the case agreed that there's enough evidence to present the charges to the grand jury. So, when I say to you all that there's always this difference, like, our children will be taken away for a little or nothing. They'll come in and see something they don't like, or somebody reports something and here they come. And we have two clear-cut cases that CPS were involved in, and the children ended up dead. CPS involved in with Caucasian people, white people, and CPS, in my opinion, not doing their jobs or what have you, allowing these children to stay in these homes with these people. And then those children end up dead. How can you justify that? So, CPS had been, obviously had a case open on these people, for the sheer fact that it says, it states that her two brothers had been removed from the home. Why was she not removed from the home? And they had been removed from the home because of unsanitary living conditions. So what happened in the process that they didn't take this little girl? That I'm not understanding. Because had they removed her from that house when they took the other two, I'm pretty sure wherever they would have put her, they would have got the lice situation under control here, got rid of the lice, and she wouldn't have had a heart attack. What child at 12 has a heart attack? It's not too many that you can find. There is always, well, usually an underlying reason for that child to have a heart attack. And this baby had a heart attack because her parents was nasty and disgusting. So, when you're nasty and disgusting and you don't bathe yourself, I guess you're not going to take care of your kid either. And they said vermin. What the hell? Vermin? Vermin on the furniture, on a mattress, and on other furniture and things. Vermin. What is vermin? Vermin? Okay. So we looking at what? Bugs and probably mice and all types of shit running around there. And they got, well, maybe not mice because they got a house full of damn cats. So lice and fleas and roaches and all types of crap all over the place. And this baby dies from lice. And my problem is, and I brung up this story because my problem is CPS had cases on these people, but you didn't take these children out of the home and out of harm's way when these people were harming and doing things to them that was unseemly. Now, they didn't say that this couple beat her, but she hadn't bathed. And for her mother to say, well, no, she hadn't had a bath in like a week and a half before she died. I guarantee you it was way longer than a week and a half, because she thought the week and a half wouldn't sound so bad. So I guarantee you it probably was more than a week and a damn half that child hadn't had a bath. And over 2 years of lice infestation. Come on, y'all. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. I wanted to share my lunch with you guys. And you couldn't really see it really good because of the way my camera is. I'm going to have to figure out and learn how these people do mukbangs in their car where you can see what they're eating and all that good stuff. But anyway, my lunch was actually pretty good. Like I said, those wings are always on point from Slim Chicken. I love them. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. If you stayed this long, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And we'll do it all again one more